Guild Wars 2 is a fantastic game with lots of wonderful features and unique gameplay, but I guarantee you're going to make a mistake. Like, it is a given that you will 100% make mistakes in this game. But hopefully I can cover some of the bigger ones that I've made in my tenure in this game so that you don't have to. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Guild Wars 2 content. Starting off, the biggest, most catastrophic mistake, the one that causes more players to quit than any other, is using the level 80 boost on your very first character. I get it. The game hands you this big shiny button that promises you to skip all the grind and jump straight into the quote-unquote good part. If you listen to the community, then everyone says that the end game is where all the fun is. Here's the truth in Guild Wars 2. Levels 1 through 80 are the good part. They are the game's built-in real tutorial, and so many players don't even bother with it because they think it is making it easier on themselves. Listen, I've covered this in previous videos about the level 80 boost, but using the boost simply just gives you the keys to a Formula 1 car when all you've gotten is your learner's permit. You're instantly flooded with skills, traits, and game systems that you have zero context for. Expansion zones are way harder than the starting areas because they're designed for players who've already mastered the core mechanics of the game. You'll find yourself dying over and over, feeling weak, despite being max level, and just feeling completely overwhelmed. It's like the perfect recipe to burn out of this game really easily. While this is not 100% the case, as there are some players who can simply pick up the game and understand it with no prior experience and be perfectly fine, the large majority of players who use the boost before they are ready end up having a tough time. So what's the fix? Park that boosted character. Seriously, just let them sit a while, roll a new character, and level them up naturally. Guild Wars 2 is designed to reward you for everything that you do. Exploring, doing random events, gathering materials, it all gives you experience. The journey isn't the grind, it's how you organically learn the class, discover the world, and understand the foundations of all the systems that are put into place. And it makes the end game 100 times better. Save your boost for your second or third character if you haven't used it already. Once you actually know what you're doing, then you can make that decision. The second mistake that gets new players killed constantly is trying to play Guild Wars 2 like other MMOs. You know what I'm talking about. You run up to an enemy, you stand perfectly still, and you just start smacking each other until one of you dies. This is like a face tank fallacy, and it's one that I would not recommend because it'll more likely than not get you killed. Combat in Guild Wars 2 is all about action and movement. The most important skill on any class and on any character is your dodge roll. That little dodge roll isn't just a gimmick, it's a mandatory ingredient for survival. Most big enemies' attacks are telegraphed with huge orange circles or cones on the ground. Those aren't suggestions, they're giant flashing signs telling you to get the hell out of the way. You're meant to dodge out of them. A well-timed dodge isn't just going to save your life. It helps you manage your endurance and reposition for another attack. If you aren't dodging, or even worse, you have the double tap to dodge option turned on and haven't keybound it to something else, you really need to break that habit right now. Keybinding that button to something that feels natural will greatly enhance your survivability because you're going to be using this ability a lot in this game, no matter what level you are. I'd suggest going to a starting zone, find some easy mobs, and just practicing dodge rolling out of their attacks. Get a feel for the timing and managing your endurance bar, and I swear you will have a hell of a lot better of a time. Beyond dodging, you also need to move. Always be moving. Circle, strafe your enemies, backpedal to kite them, what have you. Use your movement to avoid attacks, not just your dodge roll. The second you stop trying to stand still and fight and instead start moving and evading, your survivability will skyrocket. You'll go from feeling like a paper bag in a hurricane to a nimble fighter to taking down some of the bigger, badder enemies. Now, mind you with this thought, it is geared towards open world. When you get into grouped content, whether for open world bosses or strike missions or grouped PvE content, you technically want to be as close to other allies as possible within their proximity, as this is how you maintain stacks for beneficial buffs that we call boons here in Guild Wars 2. But for leveling and being out in the open world, just move around. Just be on your toes. As much as you may try to deny it, gaining and maintaining gold in Guild Wars 2 is a fine balance and really determines how well the rest of your journey will go. You can be the best player in the world and still be scant broke. The biggest offender here that I see new players make is buying gear from the trading post when you're just leveling up. Just don't waste your gold. The game is literally designed to give you all the gear you need from the story rewards, from event loots and enemy drops. That shiny green sword for 5 silver at level 25 is going to be replaced in like a level. You're setting your money on fire for no reason. Save your gold, for when you hit level 80. Honestly, most of the gear you get through leveling isn't going to be ideal for your build anyway, and it's not really going to matter. Most of the core story can be beaten with just a hodgepodge of thrown together gear, but that changes once you hit max level. That's when that gold can be used for things that matter, like a full set of exotic gear, which honestly will allow you to work through like 90% of the game if it's gear that is set for your build. Remember, Guild Wars 2 is a horizontal progression game, so that gear that you get now will almost always have viability even years down the road. Now, if a cheap piece of gear offers a massive game-changing upgrade, I mean, perhaps consider it, but that should be like the rare exception, not something that you keep as a rule. Now, this one doesn't really have to do with gold, but it's kind of a mistake that I made leveling up, which was the transmutation charges on your leveling gear. These let you change the appearance of your gear and what the community might call fashion wars or transmog. It's tempting to make your mismatched armor look cool, I know, but these charges are limited resources for new players. You'll be swapping out gear every few levels, and every time that you do, your transmog is gone. It's a waste. If you really want a consistent look while leveling, grab like an outfit. It's a single piece of cosmetic that overrides your entire armor visuals, but it also typically costs real world money, and not many people may be keen on this. Save your transmutation charges for higher end gear sets past like level 80. You get these transmutation charges either by leveling or completing open world mats or what have you. If your bags are always full and you spend half of your damn playtime just trying to figure out what to delete, you're dealing with one of the biggest mistakes in Guild Wars 2. Horrible inventory management. Guild Wars 2 showers you with loot, and if you don't have a system, you absolutely drown in it. Literally, the game is known for having a metric crap ton of materials just thrown at you all the damn time. First, and kind of like the golden rule, the deposit all materials button is your best friend. In the top right of your inventory, there's a little gear icon. You click it and then hit deposit all materials. This zaps every single piece of crafting material in your bag straight into your bank's material storage, which you can deposit these anywhere you are. You don't have to be in a town, you don't have to be in a city. This reserve is set at a base of about 250 stacks of any given item. And honestly, you'll be like clicking this button like every 15 damn minutes, I'm not gonna lie. Second, sell your junk. At any merchants, there's a sell junk button down at the bottom. This instantly gets rid of all the gray named trophy items that have no purpose other than to be sold for a few copper. Do this every time you're in town and it should alleviate some of your baggage that you're carrying. Third, you gotta learn how to salvage. Instead of just selling old blue and green gear you can't use, buy a few basic salvage kits from merchants and break them down. This gives you crafting materials which you can immediately deposit, and more importantly, it boosts your magic find, a stat that will permanently increase your chances of getting better loot in the future. And finally, stop being a hoarder. Don't be afraid to destroy or sell things that you don't need. That random sigil that you've been holding on to for about 10 levels, you're gonna get a dozen more. Sell it on the trading post, destroy it, get rid of it. That food item that you're not using, eat it, just let it go. A clean inventory is a happy inventory, and if you're not sure on an item and you think it might be special, just look it up on the wiki. I've included a link down below. If it's something that you want to explore later, just keep it in your bank and you should be golden. Okay, Guild Wars 2 can be played solo, but it is not by any means a single player game. Trying to do everything by yourself is one of the last big huge mistakes that I've seen, and it's what stops players from seeing a lot of the great things that this game has. The absolute heart of this game's open world is its dynamic meta events. These are huge, multi-stage battles that often have dozens of players working together to kill massive bosses or conquer an entire map. If you're just running from heart to heart and ignoring those big event pop-ups, you are missing out on some really good fun and massive experience, as well as pretty good loot. When you see a colorful commander tag on your map with a swarm of other players, go and join them, don't be shy. Just follow the crowd and just start hitting stuff. Nobody really expects you to be an expert, and honestly, the gear and skill check in a lot of these open world meta events are fairly low. Even more important, try to find a guild to join. Playing in a guild completely transformed this game, not only for myself, but it's something I've recommended for a lot of people. It gives you a built-in group of people you can ask questions, you can run content with, or just hang out while you play. So many of the guilds are beginner friendly and exist just to help new players learn the ropes. They can help you with dungeons, they can explain confusing systems, they can make it feel like you're a part of the community. You can join up to 5 guilds at once, so there's really no pressure in finding the perfect one on your first try. Playing alone is fine, of course, but playing with others is where Guild Wars 2 truly does come alive. I mean, after all, it is, what? An MMORPG. Look, I've been there, I've made these mistakes. It's important that you learn from them. And the fact that you're watching this means that you're already on the right path. So let me know in the comments section down below. What was the biggest mistake you made when you were a brand new player to Guild Wars 2? I'll be reading through them because honestly, sharing those stories is how we all get better at the game. If you are still getting used to Guild Wars 2 and are curious of what class might be best for you, this video here should help. As always, stay caffeinated, folks.